before we start, thank you for those who have subscribed to the show and to CutieCast TV, smashing on that subscribe, hitting that like, also sharing the videos with family and friends, and thanks to those who have donated to the channel. Thank you. It has been a great help to us here at CutieCast TV and at Man with the Show. Well, a while back we discussed this. In fact, I've had some people have asked any updates on this, and finally there is a finalization to this. We talked before that Pornhub was interested in buying Tumblr from Verizon, since Verizon was looking to get rid of it, and because basically they're just trying to consolidate everything in the company. And a lot of people did have a good comments to say, if Pornhub, because a lot of stuff was pulled from Tumblr. It was, most people say it was a site, you're able to talk there, and then people posted a lot of adult content on there, and for the last year or so, Tumblr was just ripping those off, tearing them down, tearing down things people would say. I mean, even funny, a piece of the evidence that they wanted to use in the Vic Mignogna case has also disappeared from the Tumblr site as well. But the person who put it up saying, well, it wasn't really evidence. It wasn't really, that these people, it was just a place to vent. Which, that's most of Tumblr. It's a place to vent. And, a lot of things you got to take, it's like Wikipedia. You got to take it with a grain of salt sometimes. But also, you had a lot of adult content, and Tumblr was just really just ripping everything out. And that was the beginning of the fall for Tumblr. Not saying that everybody wanted porn on there. It's just what they considered adult content. It's, one person's adult content is another person's art, artwork. And it varies from, person to person as far as there. And, Tumblr was a big situation. I mean, it was sold to Verizon with another company for $1.1 billion. Well, unfortunately, Pornhub, I guess, didn't come up to the plate because WordPress is now the new owner of Tumblr, and they bought it. And get this, a company that was sold for $1.1 billion went for $3 million. Oh my God. I mean, you could laugh at this and said one of the top paid YouTubers could have bought this company. I mean, you could say PewDiePie could have gone off and bought, Tumblr for the price it went. I mean, it went for next to nothing. It was, it's worthless. I don't know what WordPress wants to do with it. I mean, there's a lot of things that they could do with it as far as that. Pretty much, this is the death of Tumblr. I mean, the death knell has been given. It's, would they keep the name? It's unknown. It depends what WordPress wants to do with it. And that's a major situation there alone. They could, just absorb it into the WordPress itself, using the base structures that they used on there to build up a community, another community in itself, separate from what Tumblr used to be. Or they could put Tumblr back together again and, allow the adult content and everything back to normal. But I doubt that. I really doubt that. Like I said, a lot of my viewers had mentioned they would have loved to have seen Pornhub taken over, because I think Pornhub might have brought life back to it. I mean, no matter what you think of pornography, they make a lot. They're a multi-billion-dollar business. I don't have the exact figures, but they've been making a lot of money. I knew people in the business. I've worked on the manufactured end on some companies. In my early days, I worked in a lot of duplication houses. And they did a lot of adult films. They did martial art film. It was a mixture, because it's whoever you sent it to who had the best. And, one of the companies I worked for, actually two of the companies I worked for, one which wouldn't do any porn at all, had the highest end of equipment, because at the time period they were coming in with what they call high-speed loaders. And the high-speed loaders, what they did was the actual terminology was mirror mother. And what it is that you're able to make what they call a mirror master of the movie, and you put it into a special machine that just literally, on the other one side is the mirror mother image of the video, the other side is just a giant roll of videotape itself without the shell, just videotape itself, and it runs through the circuit making copies and copies and copies and copies. In other words, you can do a 2-hour movie in just seconds. You know, the way they do it. I mean, and then what happens is they take the reel, bring it to another machine, which basically that machine separates each of the copies from that reel and puts them into video cassettes. And when it comes to quality control, from each batch, all you got to do is check one. If one is good, the rest is good. Then the old way, which you had to check every one of them. That's why it took so long. Sometimes it took so long to put videos into the stores once they got the approvals, because basically the duplication process was a long time until, in fact, it was Sony who came along with the technology of the mirror mother, and basically that's how it was put in. But getting back to this, you know, if you had a website and you made a lot of money and you bought another one, you know, you could bring it back to life this way. And that's what I believe a lot of my viewers thought on there. Now, not knocking on WordPress. WordPress will probably do something good with it. You never know. But as far as Tumblr goes, I think that is the end of it, in my opinion. And basically, it's a shame to go. But, you know, hey, all these sites do go one by one, you know. You go all the way back to MySpace and a lot of these other sites. You know, they've come and gone. You know, and like I said, Facebook is coming down to its end. So is Twitter. You know, don't doubt this. People are starting to leave Facebook. They're starting to leave Twitter because of the way things are going. And that's not a good, you know, hey, you know, you do what you do, and this is what this is what happens. You know, you start to ban people, you start to ban opinions and stuff like that, and you'll say like, "Well, we're a private company." It says, but that's not how you handle things. You know, you start to go against the Constitution because of what a small little percentile of people dislike. And that was the same thing with Tumblr, and a partial reason why they took a lot of stuff, because there was a small amount of people that basically didn't like what was on Tumblr and they wanted it gone. And you know it's stupid, because these are people that just doesn't use Tumblr. They never. I didn't use Tumblr. You know, I'll admit to that. I never used Tumblr. But you know, you have all these other people that said like, no, they like, oh God, there's porn. There's so much porn on Tumblr. You know, there's so much porn there. We want it gone. You know, do you use Tumblr? Well, no, but I know it's there and it's probably harming me. No, we're not going to get rid of it because you feel this way. I mean, that's what they should have said. They shouldn't have bent the knee. You know, we're site on there. If you don't like it, don't go to our site. Plain and simple. If you don't like the show, turn it off. You know, now I'm hearing criticism about that there's censorship on Toonami on some of the anime. There was a firefighter series, and then the Food Wars, that they're taking a lot of the fan service out. But we'll discuss this another. But still, nonetheless, you know, and that's because of people who really don't watch the anime, and that's what the problem is with this whole situation. Whenever you hear someone's complaining about something, it's either just one person or one small group of people that really they're not the fans. They don't use the product. You know, they'll say, "Well, we're going to protest on them." Go right ahead. Go ahead and protest. You're not fans. You're not the users of the product. Don't speak up for us. You know, this is this is the reason why we have so many problems, and this is one of the reasons why Tumblr is gone. You know, and like I said, Facebook is next, and so is Twitter. That's going to come down to it. You know, so comment below. Tell me how you feel. You know, I know now that this cleared up a lot of people's questions that they have been asking me for quite some time, because it has been quiet, and there must have been a bidding war, and for it to come down to this low of a price, it's just, oh my god, it's it's like taking out a couple bucks out of your pocket. Don't forget, we're on mindsandgab.com. You can check us out there. Also subscribe to us over on Minds. I think we're about to hit 200 subscribers, so yay, which is great. So continue, hit the subscription button. Hit that subscription button here on YouTube. You know, we're looking to boost up our subscriptions. We do appreciate those who stayed with us. We thank you very much. You know, we love making programs just for you, just for the viewers, that, you watch us, week in, week out. We thank you. Thank you for also liking, sharing, and also those who have donated to us. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it very, very much. We have new shows coming out, American Asylum. We want to go back and work on some new Rabbity Rabbit specials. This happens to be the anniversary of his passing this past month. We want to do other things. We want to do other shows. We want to hire staff that we're able to get more shows out to you and, get a website going. We also have a mailing address coming soon. Our offices, we're going to you'll be able to mail to us. That's going to be coming very soon. Just be aware in the description below. We'll list it down there as soon as we have our new office space done to accept mail at the current location. So, until later tonight, we got one more for you. It's another update on another big one that's been going on around. Basically, it just gets better and better every day you hear this. So thank you for watching Man with a Show here on Q2Cast TV.